What's up guys, Manny from Motomillion, and it's time to take this beauty for its first ride. Let's quickly get reacquainted with the RSV4, especially this beauty that's sitting here. It's the Speed White. This is a 2023 special edition, so it's the Speed White that was released as a special edition colorway. It's still on Aprilia's website. I don't know if they're going to have this color in 2024, but let me tell you that it's just an amazing color scheme. It really works well on this motorcycle. As you know, these bikes are evolutionary, not revolutionary. So I believe it dates back all the way to 2009, where RSV4 came out. And Aprilia has evolved it like the Porsche 911, and they made it one of the best super bikes on the market. It's an underdog, it's very underrated. I've been a big Aprilia fan around 2014 and 15, where they introduced this clean tail. Again, it's evolved a little bit. There has some aero pieces on it right now, but before it was just the nicest looking tail that was on a super bike at its time. And it's sitting here with this beautiful MotoGP themed livery. You can be sure that we're going to add more purple to this bike. These wings are underrated too. At certain angles, these winglets kind of disappear, but when you look from this rear quarter view, it really stands out and shows you that muscular look of this RSV4. And you guys can see that we actually have some mods on it, if you want to call it mods. We have the radiator and oil cooler guard, the Samco radiator hoses are here, and also our NRC tail tidy kit is on there. It is a prerequisite for the bike to have radiator and oil cooler guards before I ride the bike, so this thing has it on it. We could get it out for a ride, and this is truly going to be a first ride for me because I haven't ridden an RSV4 for the longest time. I think the last time I rode it was actually one of Eve's build series bikes. That was the 2019 1100 factory, the all black bike. We were all impressed. I think this has evolved even more, so I could tell you my honest impressions of it. So before further ado, let me gear up, let me jump on it, let me take you guys out for a ride. So here we go guys, first ride on the RSV4. I can't believe I'm riding an RSV4, guys. This is really cool because, as I mentioned, I'm a big fan. Especially some of you guys might know and some of you guys might not know. I used to watch racing as a kid growing up. It's a big part of our household culture, let's say. And I've watched MotoGP, some World Superbike, mostly MotoGP, but Max Biaggi was the name for Aprilia back in the day. I've had some run-ins with Max Biaggi as well, which is cool. Super nice guy. Obviously a very talented rider, but at the end of the day I'm a bigger Rossi fan, and I'll just say, if you know, you know. But it's really cool to ride a modern RSV4 because ever since I've been into bikes, Aprilia's always been a name that I've been seeing and liking. There's the RS250s, which we don't have in this part of the world, but I've lived overseas at times and I've been exposed to the RS125, 250. I've had the chance to ride them. So being on this bike is very cool. If you guys could see me, I am grinning ear to ear. So first impressions, the bike doesn't feel as nimble. Just you know, obviously just going around town like this and just maneuvering it, it doesn't feel as nimble as some of the other bikes that we're used to, like the Panigale V2 and the Panigale V4. Maybe, I don't think this bike has a counter-rotating crankshaft, but it could be a part of it. Or maybe, you know, the wheels might be heavier than the bikes that we're used to. So that's one of my first initial impressions, because I've taken two turns and usually you could really tell that really quickly. The seating position is really nice actually. The rear seats are up higher, so my knees tuck right here where the tank is. I'm about 6 foot tall, so in terms of ergonomics from the factory, it suits me pretty well. I'm going to show you something about the brake lever and the brake master cylinder that is quite shocking to me. Also, the other thing is the smoothness of this bike. So this was the OG V4 bike. I know some of you Honda guys are going to come and tell me that the RCVs or the RC51s were the OG V4 bikes, but to me, this is the OG modern superbike that was a V4. It can't be any more different than the Panigale's V4 platform, because The Panigale V4, other than the brand new V4R that just came out, is not smooth. It's not a smooth ride. It's shaky. It still has that inherent Ducati character, but this thing is butter smooth. So that's one thing that I really, really like about the RSV4 platform, and right away it reminds me of the other RSV4s that I've ridden. And obviously the bike is stock, so it's pretty quiet. It's a lot more quiet than I like, or as you can't hear, probably can't hear it. And the color scheme looks so cool. When you're sitting here, it actually feels like a premium bike. I couldn't say that about the 2019, if I remember correctly. It didn't give me this impression. And also I've been around more and more bikes, but it reminds me a little bit of the R1M. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the fact that the screen looks the similar size and a similar shape, but this thing is smooth. And oh boy, it's not like an S1000, guys. It has, I don't think it has any restrictions in the throttle, not at least in this gear, but sounds good. I can't wait to put an exhaust on this bike, guys. The screen is really, really nice to read. It's super clear. It's another beautiful day here in Miami. I don't know if it's the intake sound that I hear. It's probably the induction sound through the intake, which is really cool. Wow. Aprilia needs to step up their game with their dealer network, because man, this product, just by riding in this short amount of time, this feels special, you know. And maybe I'll talk about the dealer network stuff in a little later on, but I'm just trying to take in all the feedback I'm getting from the bike to tell you guys what I feel, because it's also something that I wonder. The mirrors work good, so I could clearly see out of the mirrors, unlike some of the other bikes that we ride, and the placement of them are awesome, and they don't shake, so I have a clear view of behind me, which is very, very refreshing. Riding a super bike that has mirrors that work, and also the bike is styled fairly nicely and aggressively in the front. Wow, that sound though, that sounds cool. I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but that's awesome. There's a little bit of plastic that you see, like this stuff. I guess because I'm around bikes that have carbon all over, those things kind of stick out like a sore thumb to me, but don't worry, we'll fix all that stuff. But I like the mirrors, guys. I guess I could say it's a super bike with the best mirrors, best stock mirrors, right? I don't have to change these mirrors if I don't have to, but I think the Rizoma mirrors might look a little bit cooler than these. We just have to see. I don't think I've ridden an RSV4. Hopefully the placement of them are going to be good enough that I could actually see out of them. Infamous Miami traffic at noontime on the highway. I'm just trying to get over so I could get some miles on the bike. So far also the bike is saying it's 207 degrees. It doesn't feel hot. As you know, the header pipe is right under me, and usually on a Ducati when it says 200 plus degrees you can kind of feel the heat. I know I'm moving, but I can't really tell the heat right now. The seat hasn't gotten hot at all. The brakes, wow, for stock brakes this is great. Obviously it has a Brembo master cylinder and also the Styloma calipers, but compared to the Ducatis that we ride that have stock brakes that is never ever bled properly, because I don't think they're PDI properly, the brakes feel wonderful actually. They're sharp, they're to the point, they're direct, so it gives you a lot of confidence on the road. Makes you feel like it's safe. Yeah, I like it. I'm happy that we're on a super bike with proper brakes, or properly bled brakes, let's say. I don't know if you can see, the bike only has 374 miles, so it's still a brand new bike. That growl is cool. You know, you can't do stupid things on the road, guys, but look at this beautiful Miami skyline that we were around. But and guys, I know some of you guys want some crazy riding. That's not what we do here. We ride these things on the roads as I do. There is no crazy turns. We live in Florida, and I don't know if you want to take that risk with your life and put yourself in danger. You know, it's your life. You do whatever you want, but this is how we enjoy our bikes. We go for a ride, we We get to see some beautiful scenery, maybe open it up here and there. And I think, you know, for all the spirit of riding, I'll keep it to the track, because even I don't think if I had canyons around, I don't know how much I'd like to do those things on the road. Maybe it's past my age, guys, but the bike sounds really, really good though, so I love it. I don't know if it's, there's a little bit of a, I don't know if the wheels are unbalanced or what, but you feel a slight vibration in the handlebars, and I also feel it on my rear sets. Maybe the bike's wheels and tires are not balanced well. I don't think it's coming from anything of the drivetrain, but the quick shifter, that's what I want to check there, guys. The quick shifter is pretty awesome. It's a little clunky, so it's still not a BMW S1000RR or M1000RR level. It's a little too clunky for my taste, but it's still a damn good quick shifter, so it works really, really nicely. And here we are, stuck in another Miami afternoon or noon traffic jam. I could see the riding position for people like me getting a little tiring though. As much as it's really nice and aggressive that you get to hug the tank, it's I'm not gonna lie, it might be a little tiring over time, especially when you keep hitting traffic like this. But also the view of the winglets are kind of cool. I know this bike has very underrated winglets that from the front it hides it really well, but from standing here it's cool. I wish there was a little less plastic though, you know. These are like, this feels like this is all cheap plastic. Even if it was some sort of fairing, colored fairing, it might look a little more of a higher end motorcycle. This is, look at this. I'm nitpicking now, but not just, I don't know, for whatever reason, it really just bothered me right now. But I think overall, the bike looks great. It rides really, really cool for a super bike, right? It's getting a little hot, but again, I don't feel it. So that's a good thing. That even if the bike is running hot, maybe we're just too used to riding Ducatis. But it's as a bike that goes stock, it actually is pretty okay, even though the temps are quite high. It's not overheating, but it's 223. Also, let me show you guys when we stop in this traffic what I mean about this, the brake lever and brake pump, which is quite shocking to me, that a bike can roll out of a factory or a showroom floor with what I'm about to show you. Well, as I want to show you, the traffic gets moving, which is a pleasant thing right now, because I could use a little bit of fresh air. But isn't this beautiful, guys? We're in the middle of February and we get to ride bikes and be in this weather. So if any of you guys have thought about moving to Florida, do it. Winter is the best month. But look at this. So I'm holding the brake lever, right? And my finger is hitting the fairing. How can you design a motorcycle from the factory that does this? It's beyond me again. Maybe this is one small thing, but I don't know. You know, when you go from lock to lock, you don't do that often, but when you do, you better watch how to move your finger over or you're gonna hit it. So I think that's one thing that I'm a little surprised about, that if I want to complain about something, that would be it. But other than that, the bike kind of feels cool. But let's talk about the after sales service, right? I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm not knocking on anything. Again, we're not paid to say things because we want to keep it real and keep it honest. Aprilia makes really good bikes, in my opinion. You know, let's say Piaggio Group, because that's who owns Aprilia, but also the Piaggio Group has other bikes in its fleet, like the Vespas, right? Because those are part of the Piaggio Group. Amazing bikes. This RSV4, amazing bikes. I have yet to ride an RS660, but I hear about you guys talking about it and raving about it. So RS660, apparently an amazing bike. And yes, I did stall it, so It does happen time to time, but it was me stalling it. The bike hasn't shut off on me like our Panigale V2 did. The dealer network is a big letdown, guys. That's probably one of the reasons I haven't owned an Aprilia again, because I did own an Aprilia and I was kind of not happy when I ran into some issues with the bike that it was never able to get fixed because the dealer didn't want to do it, didn't have the expertise to do it, or didn't have the software on the computer to do it at that time. And it was a software that I could have gotten from Aprilia, but they just didn't want to do it because it was a special bike that wasn't produced in high numbers, and they said that it's not worth their time and money to update the software to fix my issue that I had. So that being said, you know, that says a lot, but I hope it's for a good change because these bikes have come a long way. I have faith in Aprilia that I'm sure, just like any other company, they're going to fix these issues because the superbike industry has gone crazy with the sales figures and the amount of money they're asking. So let's give Aprilia another try, and you know, let's hope that they get some of those little things fixed. But I think in a nutshell, you know, that's kind of my first ride, because again, if you guys want to watch a crazy review, there is professionals who make these videos on this track where you could see the dynamic abilities of this motorcycle and what a really good rider can do. On the street, most of us do this type of riding. You get on the highway a little bit, you know, you maybe go on a canyon ride. Again, I don't think you're pushing the bike to anywhere close as limits, and if you are on a canyon road, well, good for you, but I don't think it's the smartest thing you could do on a public road. But this is kind of my honest first review about this motorcycle, about the RSV4. I think it's a damn cool bike. It's my bad that I didn't check to see how much the bike is, because usually I would like to tell you guys price to, you know, value ratio. But I mean, as a special bike, this is a very cool bike. I know that I did say there's a little bit of plastic here and there. Those can be fixed for lower cost by running some carbon pieces if you want on it. But you get Olin suspension, you get Brembo brakes. I might upset some of you guys and say that I would probably choose this over an S1000RR, or maybe even over an M1000RR. But those are my honest first impressions and first ride of this beautiful RSV4. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time, guys, have a good one.